So we're here on Atlas. We're going to see Mr. Tazen, who's going to take on ships to the dam because he's like expert level at it. And there's our Tazen. He's going to be driving the ship around to get a good angle because you also have to check the wind and the positioning. Normally I'd be the bosun on here, but since I'm not in his company, I'm kind of useless at that other than just being a spotter. And I'm going to be lousy at spotting because I'm going to record. So we're going to come around here and have a look at this one single ship. This boat does have armor. You can see the armor on the sides, and that's so that the cannonballs hit the wall pieces and they don't actually hit the ship planks. And it helps protect your ship without leaving too much in the way of extra weight on it. It's pretty clever. He's also got 2 ranks of cannons in the back. Makes it a little more efficient, and you don't have to worry about getting broadsided from a ship of the dam when you have cannons on the back instead. So here we are getting in front of the ship of the dam, and you can see him firing at us. If you judge it exactly right, you will be slightly out of range for the following ship while being able to fire at him until you pretty much sail into your shots, even if your ranges are exactly the same. And here we are taking some hits. But the hits are mostly hitting the armor and hitting these ceiling panels instead. You can see the firing going back and doing a decent job on even a large brigantine. And here's where I also noticed that we had a couple of our NPCs who were not actually on the cannons to fire them. So we weren't even using full spreads to fire at the ships of the damned. And that's because they were repairing the ship, and Tazen didn't put them back on the cannons before we went and found the ship. And it happens, and it didn't really make a whole lot of difference, especially because it was only one, as you see. It's pretty much destroyed easily. Now, if I was doing a proper bosun job, instead of looking at the ships of the dam getting destroyed in the firing, I would have been checking all of the wall planks on the boat and checking the ceilings underneath the cannons. But at least I can do the job of bosun of collecting the loot, which is left after you destroy the ships of the damned. Get some loot, and then the first thing you need to do is go around and check all your panels and make sure, as Tazen finds himself some more ships of the damned to fight. I'm actually looking to see how much damage has been done to the various things. That's our sister ship back there. And because I'm not in his company, I can alert him that there is a place that needs repair, although I can't actually repair. You can see he's finding some more ships of the damned out here. Some decent level ones. He's already been attacked and halfway down. You can see what a broadside on those. If all of those hit, it can do a lot of damage to you. But if you get in front of them, you can outrange them. You can see our sister ship got a few shots in there as well. We did have a fairly large convoy of ships, and it was our job to go around and try to clear the area of the dangerous ships of the dam so they wouldn't attack our hauling cargo ships, who don't really have a lot of cannons. You can see the sister ships doing the same thing we do. He's leading them so that the shots will go behind them and won't actually hit them. If you go broadsides to them in a traditional sense, you basically have no advantage whatsoever over the ship of the damned, and they can hit you with a lot of shots. Get up here on the bow and try not to fall off while I get the loot. Since these are all our sister ships, it didn't really matter much who got which loot, so we all just picked up loot off all of the ships. You can see extra NPCs in the water. You can collect those as well, and use them as your own hires. Right now we don't need any extras, so we're just going to leave them, and they'll be just fine out there, I'm sure. No sharks or anything. Check all the panels. Check all the wood. I did cut this a little short, so you didn't need to see me checking every single plank in a brig. There's 40 planks, and you need to look at all of them. If one of these ceilings breaks, the cannon that's on it will disappear as well. So you definitely want to make sure that the ceilings are not taking too much damage. They can be tapped up, and a little bit of repair will save you a lot. And of course, here's the surprise. Tazen managed to find a large group of ships of the damned, and so he grouped them all up together because he likes to kill them in groups. Because that's what he does. He's very good at it. It's a little surprising when you're busy bosoning and looking at the planks and maybe doing a few repairs and maybe getting a drink of water, and then you look up and there's 27 ships of the damned around you all firing cannonballs. A little startling. But it's also kind of part of the fun, right? Yeah, that sounds good. And you can see that despite the number of ships that are back there, many of their shots fall short of us. And that's because he's judging their speed. You want to keep them aggroed on you, so they'll be chasing you and trying to fire on you. But hopefully most of their cannonballs will fall short, because they're following, so their shots can fall short. While when we fire, they sail into our shots. So our shots almost go further because of the way that those ships are moving. Kind of a lot of fun watching them get shot, and it's very loud, as you can tell on the ship, with the cannons firing for ours and then the cannonballs hitting us at the same time. And again, as a bosun, I should be down checking the planks, watching the front to make sure no more ships appear in front of us. That's part of your job, be a lookout, make sure that while he's focusing on the back, you're watching the front for more ships or whales, depending on what section of the map you're in. But again, since I was recording, I did kind of ignore all that, so I'm being a very, very bad bosun. Just so you know, this is not good bosuning. Yeah, so warships of the damned. You always want to check and see the levels, see who's damaged and who isn't damaged. That always helps. And you can watch, there's going to be our sister ship will come in here and fire on these as well. And it's another thing you always have to be aware if you have more than one of your ships fighting ships of the damned. You got to coordinate. You don't want to accidentally push your sister ship into a place where they get broadsided. If they start getting hit really hard, or they get sail damage and they can't sail away quite as quickly, you may have to dive in and pull the aggro ship away from them so that it starts firing on you rather than your sister ship, who need a little extra time to get repairs. And it's time to go check panels and collect the loot. We did get quite a bit of loot, and I will show you in my inventory some of the loot we got. The ship of the damn hunting can be a lot of fun, and it can be even more fun when you have groups of your friends going out and doing the same thing. You can see a shipwreck over there. I think they went and did the shipwreck while we were collecting up loot. See, it's a way to get a lot of really special blueprints to make better quality things. You get a little bit of gold, which is nice, but mostly people go for the loot boxes after you destroy the ships for the blueprints. So it's a lot of fun. If you're really careful, you can always try to get out of the way of them if you start getting too much damage, so it's not too dangerous. Just make sure you always keep your avenues open. Have a decent spotter on board who isn't recording and not paying attention to whether you're sailing into an island. And who can make their throws a little better than me. But yeah, it's a great deal of fun, and I highly recommend it as part of Atlas. This is a really big one, and unfortunately I cut the recording off, so you don't get to see us destroy it. But I will show you some of the loot we got. He's a big boy. And while he was getting in position, I decided to show off the loot, some of the loot that we picked up already from some of the other ships. There are a lot of special blueprints that even gives you ammunition, it gives you gold. Some of the ammunition is useless on this server. I mean, we got pre-made cannons as part of the loot, so it's really excellent. I hope this gives you an idea of what it's like to fight ships of the damned with somebody that knows what they're doing, and a really bad bosun. The bad bosun would be me. So good luck. Make sure and try to kill some of your own ships of the damned, and enjoy Atlas.